Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish.
Hello. Hi there. It's Wise Women's Wednesday. Oh my goodness, look at how many wise women we have here. It is so lovely to see you all. Samantha, lovely to have you here. And our Deborah, of course, is here. You know, that's what we do. We show up on Wednesdays, don't we? I'm glad you're here. This week, we've been kind of looking at the old stuff of these, what they call the new thought leaders. This is where, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, all these guys, Earl Nightingale, they were all right around the 19th, 20th, late 19th century, early 19th century. Super interesting. Hi, Lizzy. I see you, and Jocelyn too. And I just absolutely am a little bit gobsmacked by how interesting it is that these people who 100 years ago were talking about something that they didn't even know that existed in their brain, the reticular activating system, we're talking about all these things that we talk about today as scientific fact, Hi, Nancy. Cheers to our Nancy, mother hen. She's healing up, and we're grateful. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking a little about a new one. I bet you've never heard her name, and it's a she. Most of them are he's. So happy birthday to you, Lisa Ann Dupree. It's her 55th birthday today. Good birthday. I'm 10 years older than you. I'm going to be turning 65 on Saturday. So that is something that I think is just, I think it's fascinating how people can declare, write these books and say, this is the power of positive thinking, this, that, and the other thing, and not even understanding the science behind it, not even understanding how the brain works. And a lot of this stuff that I'm telling you every single day has been on repeat, the same kind of stuff from different viewpoints. And it all comes back to when we open our books, our little science textbooks, and take a look at how the brain works. So it's interesting because they had a tendency to get really woo-woo. And we found out all these years later with doing the research and understanding the brain, thank you, Lisa. We understand all these years later that this is just the way it is. This is how we're wired, right? So anyway, we're going to get into all of that. Meanwhile, guess what? Sleepies is on sale. Wee. I love this stuff. I take, I'm going to tell you I'm a double doser. Yeah. So's Mark, by the way. We take a double dose of this and it's just like lights out. Sleepies is fabulous. It's a combination of about 5 different ingredients, valerian root, a touch of melatonin. By the way, you never want a lot of melatonin. You only want a touch. Hi, Jane. There's our girl, Jane. It's got passion flower, lemon balm, a little L-tryptophan. L-tryptophan's in your turkey, makes you sleepy. So everything that's in here, it's a juicy combo to make you nice and sleepy. If you have any sleep issues, I'll tell you, you got to get your sleep dialed. Go to savingdinner.com/show. Buy 3. You're going to get one for free. So that's the 4th one. You don't have to do anything. Just click the button. We do all the work behind the scenes, and you will get your 4 bottles, only paying for 3. Don't you love that? Linda, hello. It's good to have you here. The other thing that I want to make sure that coming up, I'm so happy about this and so excited because it's a week from this Saturday. I'm talking about Full Bloom. Full Bloom is happening. It's virtual. We do a virtual full bloom in the spring, and then in the summer, we meet at my house. We'll tell you all about my house. Just go ahead and reserve the dates because that is July 27th. Is that right, Jenny? Oh gosh, I'm sorry. You know what? Jenny knows. She'll put it in there. She'll tell you. You're going to be here? Liz, are you going to be here in July? I hope so. Let's have Lizzy here, don't you think? And Jocelyn, you need to come too. Anyway, look, this is what we're going to be doing. This is how the whole thing's going to roll. On Saturday, May 20th, which is the virtual one, you are going to get up, you're going to have your coffee, and you're going to sit down and you're going to see your girls. We're doing it on, oh, I'm so excited about that. I want to meet you, Lizzy. But we get together, and I can't even tell you it's almost like being together. We have the best time together, and hearts are mended. People are inspired. The chat back and forth is incredible, and hearts are sewn together sometimes. It's just really a beautiful thing. So I just want you to understand that on May 20th, it is you get to do it in your jammies. We break for lunch. We have all of our different things, but it is an event you do not want to miss. We are going to. I can't even tell you. It's called Brighten Your Light, and it is if you have a sunny disposition anyway, it's going to be brightening it up. If this is something that you struggle with, we're going to show you how to turn it on, and it's going to be really a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And I really want you there. Really want you there. Plus, I'm going to be introducing a new course. I'm so excited about. Yeah, you're going to want to be there. So you can find all the details at savingdinner.com/bloom. Bloom. Okay? You got that? All right. Next. Hey, Autumn, how are you? Good to have you here. Next, just sidebar, July 28th through the 30th. We don't have any, stuff out there. I just want you to go look at the Sunset Motel, cute little 60s retro hotel, a motel here in Brevard. Maybe make a reservation. Just saying, be looking at that. But that's our dates. And we do a Friday night thingy here. And then all day Saturday, we get together. You'll go out on the boat. You'll have the best time. You'll meet Lincoln. You'll meet Mark. You'll meet me. We just have all kinds of things going on. And then on Sunday, if you still have time and you can do it, we'll have brunch at my house. That's how we roll. It's fun, huh? Anyway, got that. Those are the things. I just want you to just put those dates down. That's all. Yeah. And Jenny will be there. Jenny will be there. This is how we roll. It's going to be great. That is happening. So savingdinner.com/bloom. Go get your ticket. Do it now. Don't put this off because I want you there. And I just can't say enough about that because it's just one of the most incredible things. I'm high as a kite for a whole day afterwards. And then savingdinner.com/30. That's for, guess what's happening June 1st? We're doing the Hot Melt 30. You don't know what that is? You can go find out. Go to savingdinner.com/30. That's THIRTY. All the information is there. And this is, this was the tipping point for our Tanya. She lost 135 pounds. This was the thing that did it for her because it put the whole thing in habit mode. And if you look at her posts in our Hot Milk Sprint group, she's still putting her posts of the food that she ate and how her day went and how she broke her fast and the whole bit. It's become a part of her life. It's in her DNA. This is my hope and prayer for you, that this is what we do. This is how we roll, right? That's how we take care of ourselves. So how about this quote? The quote of the week is just bonkers. Have you put this into your journal? I sure hope so. Are you thinking about this one and mulling it over in your head? Failure is only postponed success as long as courage coaches ambition. Courage, coaching, ambition. Doesn't that make good sense? The habit of persistence is the habit of victory. And we know that because we've lived that. Every single one of us have experienced this. We've experienced the victory because we've experienced the persistence, and the persistence came first. That's it. Would you everybody stop texting me, please? It texts on my computer as well. That dinging that you're hearing, I'm getting text messages. We have a girls' night coming up with a bunch of us going out to go see a chorus line. Isn't that going to be fun? I can't wait. All right. So, you ready? You ready to dig into this? I'm going to open with a quote, and this is something you want to write down. If it does the same thing for you, then we know we're on the same page. Okay, this put the hair up on the back of my neck. Do not fear to be your true self, for everything you want wants you. Isn't that interesting? And that just, to me, is telling me something. It tells me one big thing, and that is we desire the things that are out there that are for us, that are for us. And there is a magnetic pull. There is a glue, if you will, a glue that attaches to that hot desire that you want. Now, we don't have to be in the place of just pining and go, oh, I just really want that, because then it puts our focus into the place of lack. We put ourselves onto the place like, I want this, so it must want me back. That's how I look at that, right? There is this attraction point that we have for that thing, and that thing, of course, wants us. So, go the easy route. Let's go the easy route using the hot melt sprint as an example. If it's something that you desire, like to lose, some body fat and to attain a leaner physique and be stronger and all the rest of that, of course, that's what you are attracted to. And of course, it's attracted back to you. If we think about that, it's sort of like, girl meets boy, boy meets girl, or whatever. I mean, just that attraction is there. So I love that because it puts energy behind the thing that we desire. That's the long way of me going on and on about it. So the woman who said this is Genevieve Berend, okay? And Genevieve Berend wrote a book called Your Invisible Power. Now, she was all part of this new thought stuff that was going on back into the 19th and early 20th century. And she was one of the only women out there who was talking about this stuff. And what her big thing was the attraction point of what it is that we want and how what we want wants us back as well. So I got out of that book, I'm going to give you 5 really salient points that help you to really see some of this. And some of this overplays into the things that we've been talking about again this week. And it's interesting to me because, most of these people didn't know each other. And some of them were born at very different times. And they all discovered this themselves, right? Doesn't that just show you how this truth factor has just floated on through everything, right? Not only has it floated on through everything, but we then get a step further and we find out, like Jane says, it's juicy brain science. Like there's quantum physics attached to this. There's a whole philosophy attached to this. There's actual attraction and laws that govern all of this stuff. Unbelievable. It is, you remember we talked about vibration and high vibe and low vibe and all of that, and how that's not woo-woo, it's actual quantum physics, and you can see it on a vibrational plate. You take a vibrational plate, throw some sand down, and you go low vibe and you get just this basic pattern. You go high vibe and it's complex and beautiful, like snowflakes. And the fascinating part about all of this is how we operate too. In my meditation today, before I get into all this, in my meditation today, I did an up-leveled meditation today. It was up-level meditation because what I am looking at is I want to, I'm getting ready to go. I'm still dressed from when I played pickleball. So I played pickleball today. I want to level up my pickleball. I want to get better on getting faster up to the net. I want to get better at hitting certain things. And it's just the sports type attitude of what it is that you need to do. Well, if I'm going to do that, then I need to really concentrate on that. And in my meditation, I was concentrating on what it felt like. And I could feel my skin tingling, right? That's just that higher vibe thing. And I know it sounds kind of weird, but you know what I'm talking about, right? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Has there ever been a moment in your life, and tell me in the comments, I'd love to know, where you just felt tingly and kind of just like something just magically happened to you and it just all connected, or you met somebody or whatever, and it was just this almost out of body, tingly, weird experience? That's what I'm talking about. And I believe we've all experienced that, because this is part of the thing, part of the journey of being a human, where it gets really exciting and tingly. So, anyway, one of the things that she said in her book, Your Invisible Power, is that you've got to believe it to see it, right? You got to, you can't see it if you don't believe it. Now, this again is the reticular activating system at work. The reticular activating system is that part of our brain that when we put something basically on our radar screen, now we see it. So a great example is if you decide that you want to purchase a red Prius, suddenly there's red Priuses all over the road. Do you think that they were missing before, or is it that you're suddenly noticing them? You are believing it and seeing it because you've entered it into your realm. And that's exactly what this is. You have to believe that it's already yours. And here's an interesting quote, because I think she's just so good at these quotes. She says, what you are looking for is not out there, it's in you. Now, what I take out of this is that we need to activate that part of us so that we can see it. We need to say, hey, red Prius, I need that, I need that. Jane said, she said, I have it when I have a connection with somebody and when I'm having a really good run. I love that. That's really good. That's really good. I felt that way about you, Jane, by the way. I did. Jane's incredible. I got to meet her in person. Anyway, but the research shows too that when we have that kind of a positive outcome and belief in ourselves, that we are more likely to get and attain that thing. That red Prius is ours, it's out there and it's ours for the taking. Number 2 is that our thoughts are going to create reality. Have you heard that one before? It's true. We speak into existence the things that we are about. This is one of the reasons why I really hate certain words that we say about ourselves. Like when we say, I'm so stupid, or when we say things like, oh, XYZ is killing me, or that's driving me insane. What was the one? I think it was King Charles who had the pen and the pen broke when he was trying to sign something and said, I just can't bear it, which I just absolutely eye roll moment, right? I'm not a royal hater. I'm just like, that kind of hyperbole is really detrimental to our being, because remember, our subconscious is hearing absolutely everything that we say. Our subconscious has no moral compass. 85% of what we're saying goes into the subconscious, and it's what we think about on repeat, and we start to believe that. So it's so critical that we are noticing our thoughts and that we're correcting things that have just never served us. When we do that, we find ourselves in a place where we can start to visualize and notice and have the things in our peripheral, really, that are the things that we actually want. Instead of saying these awful things about ourselves, instead of saying things that, aren't creating what we want, but we're creating a reality that we don't want. So that's not what that's just the thing. Here's what she said. The only thing you have to do is know what you want, and then want it with all the life and the power that is within you. And that, again, is back to this whole notion of putting your energy on the thing that you want. Because the next thing she says, you're ready for this? Visualize. When you visualize something, when you see something in your mind's eye, when I say red Prius, do you see a red Prius in your head? Of course you do. You know exactly what a Prius looks like. You know exactly what the color red is. You see it. If I said, don't think about pink elephants, will you start thinking about pink elephants? Of course you will. Because Visualization is one of the things that we do in order to manifest a thought. That thought then becomes an idea. That idea then becomes something that we create. You know, it's like when we're putting together the calendar for the year and our team gets together and we're talking about full bloom. What should it be? It should be this. What should the thing be? It should be this. And what should we do with all of, what should the day look like? It will be this. We create out of a thought, and the thought is manifest into an actual thing. So that is really exciting because we create these mental blueprints in our heads. And we actually, it's Nancy. That's perfect. Nancy had a vision board last year for coming here to full bloom in July, which we're going to do it again this July. So, and on it, she had a picture of Wanda. She had herself on there. She had, all kinds of things. And all of these things came true. She was all about it, visualizing it, seeing it, making sure things happen. And, she's also, I'm going to just say she's not like this daddy Warbucks Nancy, just like throwing cash around and everything. She saved and she made it happen. She made it happen. This is us. We can see it. We can believe in it. We can create it with our minds, and then we can create it in real person. We can have that thing happen. So this is how we improve our performance. This is what I did today to improve my performance out on the courts. This is what you can do on a daily basis to improve your performance. What are you failing at? What's not working for you? What is a little bit not so great? What if you looked at that and said, okay, how do I up-level this? What do I need to notice about this? How do I create the blueprint for what I want? What would that look like? I love to sit down sometimes and I'll do this. I do this in my journal a lot, right? So I will take my journal and I will just brainstorm. This is the end goal of what I'm trying to create. What does this look like? Who would be involved? What things would I need to be, a part of this? So, I did this, I did it with the ultimate sprint. It was like, I need to make sure that my women in my care, these lovelies that I love, are getting enough protein and enough fiber. What does that need to look like? And I went from there. Where's the research to back all this up? And I kept digging. Those are the things that you do to make a concrete thing happen. And when we do this and when we understand this and we connect with all of this stuff, we find ourselves in the place of being the creators. And that is a powerful position to be in. And it shows you what your power is. It shows you what you're capable of. And it reinforces the fact that you're way more powerful than you think. She has a savings account named Full Bloom. Oh, Nancy, I love that. And I know you're going to be here. You're going to have to see all my medals. I've got a whole bunch since the last time you were here. Number 4 is you focus on what you want and not what you don't want, because that's what it is. That you've heard me talk about that before, right? You've heard me talk about that before. Well, that's from this woman, that's from this woman, Genevieve Berend. And when we're focused on the things that we don't want, guess where our energy is going? Our energy is going on to that. When we keep telling the story of how we were wronged and how it was awful and how unfair it was and how awful this person was and how we wish it was different, and where's all that energy going? It's all going into that bucket. It's not going and focusing on what it is that we want. So let's say you have a broken relationship. Do you want to repair it? Or is this just a toxic relationship and you're just trying to, whatever? You gotta do an assessment. You gotta figure this out and do an assessment. You need to, just like what Genevieve Berend says, direct your thoughts, control your emotions to ordain your destiny. What do you want with this? You can do this. You can do anything that you want. You can orchestrate your outcome simply by focusing on the stuff that you want. It's easy to focus on the stuff that you don't want because it's evident, it's there. It's like, well, don't want it. And it's easy to gossip about it or somebody else or whatever. But I'll tell you that our research has shown us over and over and over again that the positive focus and optimistic outlook is the thing that's going to lead to a better outcome and your personal well-being. What do you think that women who focus on the negative are like on a regular basis? Who focus and complain about their husbands on repeat, their family, their friends, their house, their car, their job, fill in the blank. They're miserable. They're depressed, and they're bringing everybody down with them. Versus somebody whose light is bright, who is optimistic, and who's focused. This happened, but here I am. I'm in it to win it. I have grit, not quit. I am going to do X, Y, and Z. They're happy. Of course they're happy. Why wouldn't they be happy? They're focused on what it is that they want. And isn't that a delightful thing to focus on? This woman made this part of her book, and I'm, for one, am totally delighted. Patsy said she's already got rooms booked. Yay, I'm so glad. And then the fifth one is just about gratitude. I mean, if you want to turn up your light, and we are going to be talking about that so much more, gratitude has to be front and center. You have to cultivate a mindset of continuous gratitude. That gratitude attracts in more abundance. It attracts in more blessings. It lights up and expands your noticing, expands your level of love, your level of embracing and empathy. And have you felt that before? I know you have. If you want to receive, you have to give. If you want more, be grateful for what you have. That's what she says. Well, of course. Of course. Our mothers even told us that. But don't we brush that off? Don't we brush that off? I say no to that. I say no to that. Because if we understand that as we step into gratitude, as we start to just notice all the things that we have to be grateful for, then our lives will expand into that gratitude. And there's suddenly so many things to be grateful for. We're no longer taking anything or anyone for granted. So if we want to shape our reality into something that's a whole lot more beautiful than it is right now, we'd be really smart to listen to Genevieve Behrend, because she knows that creating the life that we want means cultivating a mindset that supports all of it. And I will tell you what, this is the perfect thing. This is the perfect book to read. Again, it's a little tedious, it's a little hard, but honestly, it's something that you should be looking at. Posh is asking, if you're in a toxic relationship and want out, but it takes time to leave them, what should you think about instead? I think you should think about what your future is going to look like and how you can keep things calm at home while you're figuring those things out. That's what I think. That's what I think. It's the truth. Been there, done that. And I will tell you right now, for those of you who are already thinking about our full bloom, it's the end of July 28th, I think, through the 30th. So just make sure you make reservations here in Brevard, North Carolina. They're already doing that at the Sunset Motel. That's number one. Number two, full bloom May 20th. If you want to learn how to be optimistic and get your heart in the right place and love your life, savingdinner.com/bloom. And all the rest of our, of course, we have all the announcements. You can find those at savingdinner.com/announcements. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow for Thirsty Thursday. Bye-bye. Peace be with you.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.